Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. This is your confirmation that every prayer or intention is heard. Sometimes you hold expectation about answers, like how they should appear, and that's why you miss the real ones. So my friends, the universe is always speaking to you through synchronicities, and maybe just this video is a synchronicity for you. I have a special message for you today. And firstly, I want to remind you that when you start using your intentions more consciously, there will be more synchronicities present in your life and you will be able to see them. So, my friends, it's time to open our hearts. I want to give a message about gratitude because yesterday on November 24th, some countries had a national Thanksgiving holiday. And there's so much to talk about when it comes to gratitude. We know a lot about gratitude, but still so often we just can't find ourselves being grateful, right? There's actually some wise words by Buddha who said that let us rise up and be thankful. For if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So let us all be thankful. And then Marcus Tullius Cicero said, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtue, but the parent of all the others. So why it's so hard for us to be grateful? What is separating us from being grateful? And you know, my friends, that as we all know, when we are grateful, it's usually because we've received something. Gratitude is a state for receiving. And what is separating us from that beautiful state is usually expectation, fear, or anger. And so often we find ourselves in those lower emotional states, and because we don't know how to shake off that energy like animals do, you know, they just shake it off and they walk forward like nothing happened. They get into a fight. When they finish the fight, they shake off the energy and they go like nothing happened. But we don't know how to shake off the energy because we don't have the right tools. And sometimes the best possible tool is just to shake it off. Go and dance, do a workout, go for a run, lose yourself in nature, do something you love, and it will help you to shake off the energy that is not allowing you to feel grateful. So what is separating you from the state of gratitude is often expectation, fear, or anger. So, you know, sometimes we hold inside our mind certain expectations, how something should happen, how a certain person should appear in our lives, what kind of words they should use, and so on, right? So we have those different expectations for others, but then those people act or behave a bit differently and we get upset. So how often it happens to us? So my friends, when you actually start appreciating people around you as they are, everybody is going through their own struggles. Everybody is moving through their own personal story that they are repeating to themselves. So the most that we can actually do for others is to appreciate them as they are and learn to see life within them. Learn to see light within their hearts. Because sometimes it's really hard to deal with certain people that we would describe as being toxic, but it's only hard because we feel empty within, because we are drained out, and we are drained out because we don't know how to fill up the cup of life, right? So I often remind you to remind yourself of filling up your cup of life so you have something to give, and gratitude is a great way to fill up that cup of life so you can feel more alive. And when you feel more alive, you have much more to give. You have life to give, and when you give life to others get inspired by your life. They see you as an inspiration. They see you as a possibility that it's possible to live more fulfilling life, and that's something truly incredible to see on the world. People who are inspired by life. So my friends, learn to fill up your cup of life. Another reminder that is to me truly powerful is that when we are grateful, we start giving, right? When you are grateful, you give because you have too much energy just for yourself. So your cup is full of love, and that's why you feel a need to give, or to help, or to inspire, or to support, or to just be there for somebody. So it's something truly empowering once we realize that we just want to give. You know, when we start practicing more gratitude, we just want to give. We just feel inspired to share something. When I'm practicing my gratitude, I always find something to share with you, and that's how I'm able to every single day get back to you and firstly say thanks to you and share a message with you. So, of course, my friends, I'm truly grateful for that beautiful community that is growing here on AttractPassion. I never thought that it will become something so big that it is now, so it's all because of you, my friends. So thank you from my heart. Gratitude, when we learn to practice it wholeheartedly, will boost your energy and inspire you to be a better person. And we often experience that, right? If you go into a meditation, for example, and you calm down your analytical mind and suddenly you're in tune with your heart and you recognize so many things you can be grateful for, suddenly you feel more energy within you. Suddenly you feel more alive, you feel in tune with your body, you can suddenly recognize your heartbeat. You can suddenly recognize the power that is giving you life in that heart beating. And suddenly it may inspire you to appreciate your life just a bit more. And when you feel inspired to appreciate your life, you will always see more things that you could appreciate. And that's how we start training to see more things to appreciate. And we can only become what we are practicing to be, you know? So if you would ask yourself why you're not a professional basketball player right now, you would know the answer because you're not practicing to become one. But if you ask yourself why you're not grateful, you could find so many different reasons why you're not grateful, but the truth is you're not grateful because you're not practicing gratitude strong enough, right? So how can we learn to practice more gratitude? It's so easy, my friends, because there's so much to be grateful for. Like, right now I can be grateful to have this microphone in front of me, so I can be a channel for what I feel within, so I can pull it out so it will not get stuck within me, you know. And I'm grateful for the internet so I can share it with the world. I'm grateful for electricity. I'm grateful for my mind that it can connect information together in a creative way, so I can do that. I'm grateful about the community that we have here. I'm grateful about the YouTube and this channel that was created with a mission to inspire others. I'm grateful that people are interested in hearing this kind of messages because it inspires me to keep up with my work. You know, there's so much to be grateful for, but the truth is that also I forget to be grateful sometimes, you know. I'm living in a beautiful house. I have a beautiful girlfriend, really, really loving. I have a wonderful family and many incredible things, but still sometimes I forget to be grateful. Still sometimes I fall into the lower emotional states and I become angry because of certain reasons, and I become sad and worried sometimes. So, you know, even when we know those things, we can lose ourselves in misery or sadness or anxiety, or sometimes people fall into a depression because they lose themselves. So it's important to be reminded of this beautiful state, so we recognize that there's always light. There's always light on the other side of the struggle, and usually we get into the struggle just so we can appreciate or that we can learn to appreciate light even more. So, my friends, be okay when you're not okay. Learn to be okay with that. Learn to be thankful also for the dark sides of life, because they are reminding you of the importance of beautiful moments. And once we learn to balance ourselves just a little bit more, which means that once we learn to appreciate more lessons that life is offering to us, we'll not need painful experiences anymore, because we say thanks to everything that meets us. And that's something truly, truly important for me that I've realized in the past, because once I've learned to become more grateful also for the small things, for the lessons that taught me to appreciate things even more. In the past, for example, I've started receiving many copyright issues on my YouTube channel before, when I was sharing messages from great people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, Dr. Bruce Lipton, Esther Hicks. At the beginning of this channel, I was sharing also other great teachers here. And everything started growing in a beautiful way until one day I've started receiving so many copyright issues, and I thought I'm losing this channel. I thought that everything is falling apart. But then, when I went out of that emotional reaction, I've asked myself what the universe is reminding me right now with that, what the universe is teaching me right now. And I got that interesting answer, like, it's time for you to share what you know. You've shared messages of others, but now it's time for you to share your own. And that was a great moment of a breakthrough for me, because I needed to get out of my cocoon, and I needed to overcome my fears. I needed to share my voice. I needed to overcome my shadows that were kind of holding me back. And that's where I've started growing the most. And I'm doing that now for over 4 years. And it's been a beautiful journey, but it all happened because of that fearful situation for me. And there's many similar situations. So, once we start looking on things from other perspective, from perspective of gratitude, we just always recognize a deeper meaning, and that's something truly powerful. So, my friends, be more grateful. Even when you think you're grateful, learn to be more grateful. Because gratitude also reduces materialism and increases the spiritual connection between one another. And that's something truly interesting, because so many people are lost in that materialistic mind. Like, when I will have more, I will be happier. When I will have more money on my bank account, I will be more fulfilled, and so on. But the truth is that the first wealth is health, right? The second wealth is spiritual health. And the third wealth is mental health, right? So once we understand that, we recognize that it's not about what we receive externally, but what we experience internally. When we take care of our minds, we'll just start to feel wealthier. When we take care of our bodies, we'll feel more alive. And when we take care of our spirit, we will align all aspects of us, and suddenly abundance will just find us. So when you learn to align all those three aspects of you, abundance will find you, because everything external is just a reflection of the internal. So recognize what within those three aspects of you are out of harmony and balance it. What inside your mind is blocking you in order to be grateful? What are the beliefs that you hold within because of certain material things? Like, it's completely natural that you say, well, I can't be grateful because I have bills to pay and I have no money. It's natural to feel that way, but still, what you can be grateful for that can help you to make that necessary money, it's the present situation. But the question is, what's your dream for the future? Because that's how you will get to that wanting future. And once you learn more about that dream that you have. You will start digging deeper into the necessary steps that will get you there. So, what can I do right now to make it happen for my future? What steps could I take today to get closer to that wanting future? And that's something truly, truly empowering. So you see, it's not about materialism. It's about taking care of the coherence within those three aspects of ourselves. So we align ourselves with who we truly are, and therefore we become a brighter light on this world, and suddenly we'll just start receiving more empowering ideas, and if we will grab them, we will create a truly beautiful life. So always remember that. Another reminder that I want to give you is that gratitude will help you to become more resilient in your daily challenges. Because it just happens that when we start saying thanks for the lessons of life, we start to feel worthy of the blessings of life. So this is so powerful to me. I was just writing this down a few minutes before and I got inspired, like, look at that. When you start saying thanks for the lessons of life, you start to feel worthy of the blessings of life. And we can find lessons in every single moment, in every conversation, in a video that you're watching right now. Something will definitely resonate with you. That's a lesson for you. Something happened to you today or for you that brought you a lesson. Maybe you had a great dream that brought you a lesson. Maybe a memory from the past that is truly disturbing your inner peace holds within a lesson, but because you are not able to see it yet, it is disturbing the peace. But lesson will bring you peace, right? Understanding the lesson will awaken inner peace. So ask yourself, what can you learn from that moment? And you will experience a rush of gratitude. Truly powerful, right? And then, if we look grateful people are wealthier and happier, have better relationships, and live a life of abundance. So it's a fact, right? When we find grateful people, they just seem they would have more life within. But the truth is, they've created that kind of a life because they've awakened that sleeping power that's within you. So it's another great reason to work on gratitude. Ask yourself why you can't be grateful right now, and you will experience many limited beliefs that are not allowing you to be grateful. So those limited beliefs are not actually facts. They're just your facts because you believe in them. And if you would start studying a life of somebody who's happier, you would notice that that person at some point in the past started overcoming those similar beliefs to yours that are still limiting your life's experiences, which gives you a proof that you can overcome them, which gives you a proof that you can change that aspect of you. So more you trust into yourself that you can actually positively upgrade your life, easier it will be for you. So I have few questions for you that will help you to work on that. And the first one is, what positively surprised you today? That's something that I ask myself when I end my day. With my journaling, every single day I ask myself, what positively surprised me today? And you know what's so interesting about this? Every single day I become more conscious of the moments. I become more present in daily situations because I'm looking for positive surprises. And you know what? So many more positive surprises are meeting me. And that's how we start experiencing more and more synchronicities, something that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, right? The universe is speaking to you through synchronicities, and once you're able to see them, you will see more of them, and that's what we call serendipities, and serendipities are leading us into a new life. So always pay attention to what positively surprised you, because we're trained to think what negatively surprised us, right? negative person, that toxic person, that conversation, that fight that I had, that negative comment, that whatever. But how often we train ourselves to see positive surprises? So much different. Ask yourself what inspired you today. What inspired you today? Can you answer this question? And see how many great things inspired you, how many wonderful people inspired you. Who do I admire? Or what do I admire in people that surround me? You know, when we start looking at what we admire at people around us, we start to see also the positive aspect of them, because nobody is just a bad person. We may find many people we would describe as toxic people, but all those people also have the positive side of them. Maybe they are not showing it to you because they are afraid or scared. But you know that when we start thinking more positively about people around us, that energetic bond that's within us becomes more coherent, and suddenly people start opening up to us. And that's something that happened to me so often that I just know that it's true. And many of you have experienced it before. So it's not like forcing to think positive about somebody, but take a moment in your daily meditation and just send some beautiful thoughts towards that person and see what will happen eventually through the time. And the last question, what gifts do you appreciate about yourself? What makes you different? And how much can you be grateful for that? Because often we think that being different is weird or bad, but truly being different is the greatest gift you can offer to the world. So don't be afraid to be yourself, and don't be afraid to tap into your inner light and show it to the world. Because even if at the beginning you may experience some criticism from people who are afraid to do what you're doing, eventually many people will show gratitude to you for doing that act of a brave man or woman. That's something that people truly appreciate, because we are lacking so much of that. And once somebody decides to actually turn on the light they have within for the world around them, you start sharing a lot of valuable energy with the world, and that's something that's always rewarded. So my friends, be thankful, work on gratitude, and always appreciate your beautiful heart. I will leave you here. I hope you've enjoyed in today's message. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. Have a magnificent day. Until next time, one love.